to catch up with Callie Barr, a graduate of Sheboygan High School, ran for Congress a couple years ago, and she's running again. Going to catch up with Callie on what she's been up to and what's in store over the next several months. My first question is, are you ready for winter?
Well, thanks, Mike, for having me on. I'm ready for it. I like the snow. My kids, of course, are just hoping for snow days every day. So they're doing fun things like put crayons in the freezer and wear their pajamas inside out. You know, all the things they think will get them a snow day.
People will recall that you ran for the first congressional district in Michigan in 2024. And, that calendar's ready to flip again. We're almost to 2026, and you're going to go for it again, correct?
I am. That's right. And I just see that the need is even more urgent. And, we have a really large district. It's the entire Upper Peninsula and the whole top of the Mitten. And so it really takes a second run to really just even introduce yourself to everybody in the district. So doing it again. That's right.
Before we talk about that timeline, you have a platform that you've introduced recently called Life. You want to spend a couple minutes and explain that to our listeners?
Yeah, thank you. When I think about the United States of America and who we are, we think about our founding promises of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so I thought a lot about just what's in a life, and I think it's the ability to be able to even afford life. And so I see life as an acronym. L is for local housing. Should be able to afford where you live, not be priced out of your home. Income is for I. Should be able to have an income that supports you. You can work 40 hours a week and be able to put food on the table. F is food. Be able to afford food. I think we've all been dealing with the rising cost of food. We need to support our farmers, local food supply. And E is for essential health care. No one should go bankrupt from needing medical care, and especially in our area where we have rural hospitals that are facing significant challenges. We just need a hospital to go to, period. So to me, we need to be able to afford life, and that's what it is.
Talking with Callie Barr, Democratic candidate for the 1st Congressional District. You ran 2 years ago, and it's an awful big district. Tell us what you learned about that experience.
Yeah, thank you. In politics today, one thing that was, and maybe it shouldn't have been surprising to me, but it was just all the focus on just how much money that you raise. And not so much actually just sitting down and being with people and listening to their stories. And, I see so much of this run is just making sure that we're doing the hard work of organizing on the ground, that we're talking to people, we're present all over the district and not just doing a TV commercial, right? You need to be with people, and especially here, this is my home. And I care a tremendous amount about everybody here, and I just want us to have representation so that we can have these opportunities. So for me, it's like, yes, you need money to message, but you need to be on the ground and meeting with people. And the other thing I thought was interesting is, there's people, we have conflicting interests sometimes, and it's being able to understand we're never going to agree with someone 100%. The only time that happens should be when you're looking in a mirror. But we got to be able to work together. We got to see that, we're going to rise or fall together and get out of this tribalism. And so what that means, too, is just being able to, have a conversation, even if you're like, oh, that person's on the Democratic ticket. I don't agree with most Democrats. Well, we got to be able to sit down and have a conversation. There's Republicans that I know are good people. There's Democrats I know are good people. This is a seat for Upper and Northern Michigan. It's not a seat for a Democrat. It's not a seat for a Republican. It's a seat for us.
Callie, you mentioned money in politics. That's always been a growing concern among voters and people across the country. But specifically for you now, you have a young family. Are they all in to do this again?
Oh, thank you for that question. They are. They're all in, and it takes a family effort to do this because I'm gone a lot. I travel a lot. I kind of call it like mom's deployment. My husband, Matt, of course, we got married out of Sheboygan High School, and he joined the Marine Corps, was in for 15 years, fought Iraq, Afghanistan. And this to us feels very much like serving this country in another way. And so he's really supportive. And my girls now are in high school and middle school, and they understand that this is service to something bigger than ourselves. And so they're all on board and understanding that this is a fight for us. It shouldn't probably be surprising that our economy, when it's only working for, the very wealthy, that's our government also. We have billionaires and corporations that have made it so that the government itself serves their interests, and really not the rest of us. And so to correct that and to give us all a shot, not just having a representative voice in our democracy, but also a representative voice in our economy, that's what we need to do.
You talked about in this platform, Life, about concerns that I think people across the country have, and that also concerns the 1st District, right? But what about the specific issues here in northern Michigan? What did you hear the last time around, and what are you hearing again now as you prepare for another run?
Yeah, I hear, and this is really where I developed this platform, which is not earth-shattering. It's not earth-shattering to say, hey, we need local housing, income, food, and essential health care. And that is the point, though, because our government's failing on the basic necessities, where you should be able to work hard and be able to have the opportunity for these things. And I hear a lot, particularly now, about our hospitals, about people having access to medical care. We've already had 3 labor and deliveries that are either shut down or going to shut down because those programs don't make money. We have people having to drive further distances. We have hospitals. I'm really worried if they're going to be able to make it, because Medicaid cuts are coming. The ACA subsidies have not been extended. That's to help people pay for their health insurance. I've got older folks on fixed incomes that can't afford now their health insurance or their Part D on Medicare, and that's really scary. We've got people who are just going without, which of course means more uncompensated care at the hospital. And so I feel right now the urgency with our medical system, because in our rural area, we've got nowhere else to go. We have nowhere else to go, and it's going to impact all of us.
Well, you had a chance to travel across the UP extensively during the last campaign, and you're going to get that opportunity again. And this time you'll go back. Hopefully the people will remember who you are and what you're doing.
Yes, that's the best thing about running is I get to see the deep bench that we have in this area. We are innovative, creative, smart people, and the thing is, where we are today is a consequence of policy choices over the last 40 years. This doesn't have to be our reality. And, we got people in this district that can help solve these problems, right? And I'm so excited to meet with experts across every field who we're just hungry to get to work to do good things here. And yeah, I love traveling. It's a beautiful area. It is. And particularly, we got the UP. It's gorgeous. And this summer, my kids and we jumped off Black Rocks in Marquette, which I don't know if you've done that, Mike, but I probably stood there for about 30 minutes until I heard somebody yell, "Push a rock!" But you jump off these huge rocks from the Lake Superior. And I did do it, so I was shamed by my kids until I did. But we're a beautiful area. We got the national parks. Sleeping Bear Dunes, all of it. And that's another thing. We got to protect those. We got to protect our way of life in these areas.
Callie, if people want to find out more about you or your platform or other information, is there a website you can direct them to?
Yeah, thank you. It's just Callie, Callie, CallieForCongress.com. Go visit our website. You can contact us on there. You can sign up to be a volunteer and join us. This is an us, not me effort. This is all hands on deck. I can use you. So if you're hearing this, join us. Thank you, Mike.
All right, Callie Barr, Democratic candidate for Congress, the 1st Congressional District. Of course, it includes the northern, lower, and the entire Upper Peninsula.